like to have a little opening, welcoming ceremony, receiving our respected guest speakers and Kirtanias. First of all, thank you all very much for coming once again. Some of you might be here the first time, some of you come every year. Let us quickly have a look from which countries you have come. Who is from Norway? One person. Denmark? Oh, so many. Anybody from Finland? Somebody there in the back, yes. Sweden, of course, most devotees are from Sweden. I think we also have some devotees here from Germany, but they might not be here now, but I know definitely one family is from Germany. Okay, and England also. We have some devotees here from England, maybe they're not here now. Anyway, looks like it is spreading.
In India. India.
From India? Okay. Well, I'm just talking now about the participants. Our respected guest speakers will get an extra introduction. Yes, so first of all, thank you very much that you have left your comfortable homes. You have come here to accept more simple conditions in order to increase the needs of the soul, engaging and hearing and chanting. So now, of course, our special welcome to our respected honorable guest speakers and Kirtanias. First of all, let me say a few little words about the theme of the festival. This year we have taken the theme of Festival of Generosity. So this quality of generosity I'd like to connect with service attitude, because to develop a very nice and selfless service attitude is immensely important in order to make progress in devotional life, because this is what attracts Krishna. Krishna is attracted by a devotee's selfless mood of giving himself in service, especially to his devotees. And according to our service attitude, he reveals himself. He shows himself. So service attitude and chanting the holy name, they are like the two tracks on which we move forward, back home, back to Godhead. And our service attitude manifests in generosity. We can say generosity is maybe a little tool to manifest that service attitude, to cultivate it. And of course, my favorite example is always Panihati Chitras Festival, where Raghunath Das exhibited his selfless mood of service, generously feeding one and all, no matter whether they were Nityananda's associates or not. He even fed the shopkeepers who came to do business. He was buying the products, feeding the same products back to them. So this is really my favorite meditation and a very important instruction we get from that pastime. So, yes, and that's why we thought, all right, let's make this generosity, this theme of generosity, the topic of this festival. And of course, generosity can manifest, as we heard from Madhavananda Prabhu today, in serving the body, serving the mind, serving the soul. It can manifest in so many different ways according to our capacities, how we can demonstrate this generosity and this selfless service mood. Okay, so I hope in this week we will hear from so many different speakers deeper insights in this quality of generosity. So I actually failed to mention this to our speakers, that in a roundabout way it would be good to connect with this theme. And I also chose the morning, the Bhagavatam verses, so it fits all nicely somehow together, so that we all go home next Sunday or Monday having some deeper understanding of the importance of generosity and how we can develop it in our small way in our personal life. Okay, so now I would like to just say a few little words about each personality here and then invite them back to say a couple of words about their seminar they will be giving. So first of all, I'd like to begin with His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami, because I personally really consider him as the chief guest of this whole festival, because he actually came all the way from Canada just for this festival. And next week he will fly back all the way to Canada. So I'm just amazed what a sacrifice Maharaj is doing just to come here. And that's why I think we have to be so super eager to really absorb every single drop that comes out of his mouth and really benefit from him and really eagerly hear with intense greed. So let me say a few words, since this is his first visit to Almvik. So Maharaj comes originally from Canada. He studied philosophy and social psychology, and he joined ISKCON in 1974. And he has been living for many years in India, in the Asian part of the world. He pioneered the New Bhakti program and the village preaching in Mayapur. He took sannyas in 85, and then was also co-GBC for Canada, temple president for Montreal. So many different services and positions he's been accepting. And yeah, he concentrates mainly on the Asian countries like India, Indonesia, Cambodia. He oversees several rural projects there, and as we know, his main mission is really to inspire this Varnashram development. That's really his main focus and main mission. And this is just so relevant in the days today in ISKCON. There's more and more talk about it, and especially in a rural community here like Almvik, this will be very relevant for all of us, I hope. So I would like to just quickly invite him to say a few little words. Oh, we have another one. Good.
Okay, so thank you. Hare Krishna. It is my honor and pleasure, of course, to be here in this community where I am, since I come, seeing some very wonderful devotees and having darshan of the cows every day, just outside Maharaj's house. You can have a clear, constant vision of Mother Cow. And I'm very much looking forward to associating with as many devotees as possible. These kinds of sanghas are, of course, most important. And the main theme that I will be speaking on, as mentioned by Mother Devaki, will be in connection with concepts of sustainability, self-sufficiency, which is intimately connected, of course, with the Varnashrama Dharma concepts as well. So I look forward very much, and once again I'd like to thank not only Mother Devaki, but all those who are here to help make this festival successful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for coming. Okay, so next I would like to welcome His Grace Hariswari Prabhu. I think we all know him actually, so he doesn't require so much introduction. He came to fill our ears with Prabhupada nectar, Prabhupada Qatar. He's been so fortunate to travel with Prabhupada for how many years for you? 2.5 years? Year and a half, 1.5 years. I mean, that's actually a long time, you know. And not only has he been traveling the world preaching and sharing his realizations and experiences, but he has also written so many books. How many volumes?
5 so far.
5 so far. Yes, so that means all the future generations will be able to read this nectar, because if Prabhupada's books won't be the law books for the next 10,000 years, then obviously Prabhupada's pastimes will also be discussed and remembered. I'm often thinking it's like how we relish Chaitanya Charitamrita, you know, the pastimes of the Lord. So in the same way, the whole future generations, they will relish Prabhupada's pastimes, no doubt. So, and that our Prabhupada disciples are putting that in writing is of utmost importance actually for the future generations. So, and especially, this is very relevant now this year. Next month, it is 50 years ago that Prabhupada left Vrindavan. So this is already, we can say, a bit of a warm-up to really, you know, develop some deep gratitude and rededication to really, give our lives to serving Prabhupada's mission. So, yes, I would simply, even though I said already a few things, you have a microphone there.
No, I need to stand. You need to stand. Can't hold the microphone. Okay, so it's a pleasure to be back here in Almonds. Thank you. The last time I was here, I think, was 2008, so it's been 7 years, long overdue. It's always a pleasure to talk about Srila Prabhupada, and I have a seminar that I've been presenting for quite a while, Prabhupada, the Living Bhagavatam, and there's different topics, so we'll look at something about Srila Prabhupada's 50th anniversary, leaving Calcutta and coming to the West, begins preaching in the West. And there's a number of topics, 7 or 8 different topics. I'll let the audience choose what you'd like to hear about. But I like the theme, generosity. I think that Prabhupada stepping onto the Jaladuta was the ultimate act of generosity, giving everything up and giving himself, you know, for the sake of helping others to come back home, back to Godhead. So it's a nice theme. It's the heart of a devotee to be generous, not mean. This is Lord Chaitanya's Namo Mahavadanyaya, you know, the ultimate generosity of heart that a devotee has towards all of the living beings. So, yes, let's dive into that aspect. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu, for coming. Thank you. Okay, so next I'd like to welcome Her Grace Narayani Mataji. So, actually, she has been a very regular visitor. Every year she's here. She's actually our only really steady participant in the festival, really. And, you know, she has been coming for many years to Sweden, to Scandinavia. We know her to be a very learned person, has many years of experience in teaching Shastra, and she travels around the globe inspiring devotees, never forgetting us here in this hidden corner of the world. So please, Mataji, tell us something.
Hare Krishna. So I was inspired by hearing Madhavananda's class and how we need to be an instrument of generosity in 3 different ways, body, mind, and give to the soul especially. So Srila Prabhupada, of course, is the ultimate example, and out of his generosity he has given us his books, Srimad Bhagavatam. So before Shukadeva Goswami wanted to speak Bhagavatam, he offered many prayers to the Lord so that he could be a perfect instrument of the Lord to speak. So we will study his prayers and see not only what Shukdev says, but Prabhupada's purports are very illuminating as to the mood of an instrument. Later on in 10th canto, Lord Krishna himself says, Pranar Artartiya Vacha. There are 4 ways we should give ourselves. Prana, first of all, we should give our lives to Krishna. And Prabhupada says, now if you can't do that, after prana comes arta, give some money. If you can't give your life to Krishna, help the devotees, give some money. Now if you have no money, and that's not a problem, you can give prana, arta, tiya, you can give your intelligence. Think of ways to spread Krishna consciousness, be creative. And if you have no, you think you're not intelligent, okay, then vacha, you can speak. You can tell someone, you can chant Hare Krishna, you can tell others to chant Hare Krishna, or to read the books, to distribute books. So we will learn from Shukadev how to be an instrument of generosity, and from Srila Prabhupada, what is the mentality of generosity, of being an instrument, so that the compassion can flow through you from Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much, Mataji, for coming. Okay, let us welcome His Grace Madhavananda Prabhu and his good wife, Krishna Kund Mataji. So, Madhavananda Prabhu, he's a disciple of Gaur Govinda Maharaj, and he actually joined in LA in 82, but then very soon moved to Bhubaneswar, has been living there, been based there for many, many years. And he is the managing editor of Gopalji Publications, of the Krishna Katamrita magazine. His well-known book, the biography of Gaur Govinda Maharaj, When Good Fortune Arises, very wonderful book. I think he also brought some books along, so if anybody wants to get some of his books, they will be available on the table there. Yes, and we can say his main interest is in researching all kinds of deep topics of Vaishnava life, and really unpacking them and giving deep insights there. We had already a little sample of that today in the seminar. So would you like to say a few words, Prabhu?
I feel very blessed to be here, especially with all these very senior devotees. I'm a little shy to speak in front of everyone. It's a little hard for me today. We chose as a subject the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita and the implications of it. And today we covered the whole chapter. That chapter is called Vishada Yoga. Vishada, the word Vishada in Sanskrit is a compound word, Visha and Ada. Visha means poison, and Ada means to accept. So Vishada Yoga means yoga of lamentation. The word Vishada means lamentation. But it also means that we accept that poison of pain. And what happens with that? There's a transformation, as we'll hear about in the second chapter of the Gita with Arjuna, and how we take shelter of Krishna. And there's a transformation in the devotees, as we'll hear from Jiva Goswami and Paramatma Sundarbha, when they experience suffering. And Jiva Goswami explains 3 different reasons why Krishna does that and how it helps the devotees. And the relevance of that Vishada Yoga in the Gita, the relevance of that Vishada Yoga to Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Why is the Bhagavad Gita so special to Gaudiya Vaishnavas? We raised that question, why not Mahabharata? Why not Ramayana? Why not some other Puranas or some Upanishads or something? Why is the Gita particularly so special? What connection that has in Krishna Lila with Gaura Lila? We don't hear about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gita. And how is our connection? What is our connection with this first chapter of the Gita? And then what is our connection in the Gita and Gaura Lila? I'd like to try to explain a few of those things. In the line of generosity, because we're all meant to be generous. Jiva Doya Krishna Nam. The nature of the devotee is kind to other persons who take shelter of Krishna Nam. It's a symptom of taking shelter of Krishna Nam. Such a personality as Krishna Kripa Srimurti is the embodiment of Krishna's mercy. we're meant to be compassionate, and if we don't have compassion for others, it'll severely hinder our own progress in bhakti. And conversely, if we develop a generous mentality, that will greatly help us in our bhakti. But we'll speak something more about that and entrance at that thing, that generosity also is an entrance into Vrindavan. Please come.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhu, for coming. So we hear that we have a wonderful mixture of all kinds of topics and moods, all kinds of nectar waiting for us here. Also, we have a couple more personalities coming. Tomorrow, Sarvatma Prabhu and his wife will come. He's a disciple of His Holiness Vidananda Maharaj. He will lead us in chanting kirtan. Then on Thursday, His Holiness Bhakti Govinda Maharaj will come for the last 3 days. So gradually the kirtans will escalate and gather momentum. Also, I'd like to give a special welcome to Adhikata Prabhu. He very spontaneously decided to visit our festival. We actually only heard about it the night before. And it is our great fortune to have him here. He will give one Bhagavatam class and also sometimes leading kirtan. We already had an ecstatic introduction of his kirtans. He is also a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He is very much interested in also this topic of living on the land. He has a couple of farms in America where he has cows and this and that. And not only that, he really likes to go out on book distribution, even after so many years. Still he is out there on the street distributing books, college preaching, convincing the intelligent youth of the value of Krishna consciousness. He really likes to go out there and make devotees. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for attending our festival. And we also have Sachisuta Prabhu, a young kirtanier from Alachua, I believe. He doesn't feel so well, but I hope he will lead us in kirtan tonight after this little program. So now, last but not least, the special personality who's hosting the festival, we keep for the end. And we give him the last word. That's how we do it. So His Holiness Metta Krishna Swami does not need any introduction here. This is his home, Almvik. I think everybody who comes here knows him. I was thinking, the thought came to my mind, like Paramatma is always faithfully, patiently sitting in every living entity's heart, witnessing, accompanying us through all the different species of life and ups and downs, never giving up on us. This is really Maharaj's mood here in Almvik, simply patiently witnessing, never giving up on the Almvik Vasis, the residents of Almvik, simply patiently waiting and responding accordingly, like Super Soul is also doing, responding accordingly. So yes, and that actually really gives this community the stability and the solid grounds and the steadiness. So please, Maharaj, you give the concluding words here to this opening ceremony.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. First of all, as a senior most member here, since we started ISKCON, we acquired it at the beginning of 1981. We have been here, and I was fortunate to be part of that time also. So to see how it has gone well, I've been able to witness the different stages and difficulties and what's gone through and some changes. So saying thank you for all coming here. And I'd like you to, in a way, to take you in where there's a place in my heart here. There's like, it's a little feel touched. There's a nice kirtan bhajan, and then all these stories coming together. And also I'm very happy to have my god brothers here. And there is also out here in the audience, god brother, and there is also Jamalai Prabhu sitting in the corner there, who has his art and his devotion as a part of on the sport. And then my god sister, I'm very happy. Thank you for coming so regularly. A real sister. So I hope. Okay, so that's. I hope this. Well, I think this will really be the festival of generosity. And I thank Devaki Mataji for her support of our festival here. We started a festival already somewhere in 1999 in our smaller Alvids festival. But then Devaki Mataji came in and participated, and then later on helped us to maybe upgrade it a little bit more. So it has become the Bhakti Sangam as a little bit broader concept and a more international swear to it. And we're very happy for that. Thank you. So I'm looking forward. I like to listen, okay? But I have hard to be on every place and every time. That's part of my I'm just in one place. And not even in this one place, I'm not all over the place, and just in one corner of this place. But maybe I feel honored today. I'm sitting here in this place with my god brothers, god sister, and other participants of this festival. But I would like to have that I could expand myself and be everywhere, listen to everything, maybe at the same time. Of course, one thing that's important, okay, we're in the countryside, I like analogies of the nature, and I used to say that sometimes I have an example of the birds coming, flying and going, but another is the trees. Today we had a small walk, and I have one tree there, that's quite nice. But then the trees stand there, one is standing together, but at the same time they're each standing by themselves, they're giving support to each other. So that way I hope we, God brothers, God sisters, always standing together in Krishna consciousness and supporting each other. And because the reality is that we're getting a little bit older, just a little bit, but and because we're a little bit older, so I'm happy that younger devotees are coming, and younger, not so young, but in any case coming, and that we, in some way, we, or whoever, that we, I say we. I, in my way, also can share something that we can share with what we have with all of you, and in this way, the legacy of Krishna consciousness can go on, and that is an important thing. Okay, so I'm looking forward to a nice time here. Whether the sun shines or not, the sun of Krishna consciousness will shine. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So let us finish on this note, our little opening ceremony. We are here to serve you all. We are trying our very, very best to make this a very nice experience for you. So if there's anything you need or anything you feel is not right, please let us know. And I wish you a very nice week of intensified Shravana Kirtana. Thank you very much. Scandinavian Bhakti Sangam Festival ki Prabhupada ki Samaved Bhaktivinoda ki Good